This is your host, Rambunctious.
And your co-host, Tayamu Denku. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick apart the passion.
So welcome to Pick Apart the Passion podcast. I'm Rambunctious. I got my man Tayamu Denku today. Man, we got an incredible guest, man. MMA fighter, Sergio Pettis. Man, this dude is about to fight for the title, man, on May 7th, correct?
Yes, sir. May 7th.
Yeah, man. It's got to feel good. I know you're probably in training mode, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm 5 weeks out. So, just back in the grind, man. Just staying focused on the goal.
Yeah. So what is that like in terms, because on this podcast, we like to talk about people's passion and kind of break that down. Like, when it comes to fighting and being in this mode right now, what does that look like in terms of every day? Like, what are you eating? Are you eating different? Are you sleeping different? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, man, I mean, pretty much I get 8 weeks of a training camp. And during that 8 weeks, I got to manage to lose about 32 to 35 pounds. And so, I got to change up my eating schedule. My portions get smaller the closer I get to the fight. So 5 weeks out, I'm still eating pretty decent right now. I'm pretty happy. But about once it hits 2 weeks out, that's when things get a little scarce. The meals get smaller, start increasing the water load, get my body prepped up to drop a decent amount of weight. And every day, man, I'm pretty much in the gym all day, every day. Practice 2 to 3 times a day, Monday through Friday. Saturday, I got a little bit of a sparring session on a run. Sunday, completely relaxed. So, man, it's a hectic schedule, but I love it. I've been doing it for my whole life. So,
yeah, man.
What is a Sergio Pettis music playlist look like during your training?
Music playlist around my training. I mean, I like a lot of stuff. I like right now, I guess I like some Roddy Ricch, some Drake. I'm more of a hip hop guy. I like let's see, old school Wiz Khalifa, some J. Cole, some Big Sean. I got a little wide variety, some old school stuff, Tupac, Biggie. Word up.
What's that one song? I know you train with your brother a lot, Anthony.
Yeah.
So what's that one song that just gets y'all like, you know what I'm saying? It's just one.
We got a playlist at the gym that just rolls, and we just go at it.
Y'all listen to the same stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I switch it up every time, but it's usually the same stuff, some reggaeton or hip hop, or stuff that gets us loose and feeling good.
That's what's up. My joint, because I used to do track and football, and my joint was always to get me hype before something. It was Onyx, Shut 'Em Down. Featuring DMX. You ever hear that joint?
I feel like I might have. I feel like I need to hear it so reminisce about it. I don't know if I.
Yeah, man. That joint will make you want to fuck somebody up.
That's the one, huh? Onyx and DMX.
So where did the love for fighting come from? I mean, like, where did I know you had your older brother fought. Did the oldest one, Ray, fight too, or?
Yeah, he fought for a little bit. He was more of a coach. He coached for a while. He was teaching Taekwondo, which we started off in. Okay. So I mean, honestly, I started off doing Taekwondo. My brother Anthony switched over to kickboxing and MMA. And I just remember I took my first class and I got holding pads. And I just got beat up. I'm like, man, I thought I was a lot tougher. I thought I was a lot tougher than what I performed. And after since that, I just kind of went to get tougher. I was a softer kid growing up. I was very sensitive and very shy. So I feel MMA brought me out of my shell and, toughened me up for life. So it's done a lot for me, man. It's done a lot for my life, man. Martial arts in general. So that I never thought I'd be a professional fighter, to be honest. I just thought I was I thought I was going to go to college and just, do my thing, figure life out. And
what'd you go to college for? Curious.
Honestly, I didn't even go to college, so I was like,
you started fighting or?
Yeah. So I was my senior year in high school. I had a decision to either go to college or pursue fighting. And, at that age, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to, what I wanted to do in college. So had my first fight when I was 17 and got hooked ever since, man. It's an addiction sport. Very addictive.
Yeah. I had seen your if it's okay to bring up, I had seen your interview with Anthony on Mike Tyson's podcast.
Yeah, oh my God.
That was really wild, man. I'm watching, I'm like, yo, it got real deep real quick. You had said that, I mean, and you said at one point, like, yo, this is deep, this is serious.
Yeah.
So but you also said that affected you since, and you won the last 3 fights since.
Yeah.
It switched from UFC to Bellator. Well, how did that impact you? What was it about what he was talking about that impacted you, and how have you carried that? And I'm sure you're carrying some of that into this next fight, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously the words, he was speaking were amazing and truthful. Hearing that from Tyson, a guy who's been in there and who has so much life experience, and he's been through the ups and downs of life, and not only life but the fight life in general too. To be honest, man, he had some strong ass weed too, so that weed was, man, I was on a different level. So when he was talking that deep stuff, I was seeing it all in my head, and it was it was a spiritual moment then, man. I was on one, but man, no, I think, what it taught me at that point in my life, I was kind of down on myself. I was coming off of 2 back-to-back losses, kind of just in my head, and just going through life in general, the back-to-back losses, obviously, but, the ups and downs of life on top of that. So, I think once I went to Tyson and I figured out, like, it's okay to have flaws. It's okay to have those down times, because, they make the up times that much better, or even just the in-between times. You got to have every experience of life and enjoy the up times, or even the low times, learn to enjoy them and figure out what you need to figure out to have up times. So I think that talk kind of just proved that to me, just like, man, a guy so tough and so beastie, just at the same time has a human side of him as well.
Yeah, very much so. And it's funny because I could tell, man, y'all was blazed like, this is wild. Man. Like, so how wild is that to sit in front of somebody like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly, that was the first time I was like really starstruck. I've seen this guy, man. I was high, so I was thinking of, like, all I kept thinking about was that scene in that movie Hangover when he's like, I can feel it come in the air. So I was just in my head, like, yeah, man. I'm like, wow, Mike Tyson is in front of me talking some real stuff. It was a humbling experience. It was awesome.
Sure. I don't know if you had something.
I'm actually, so you had mentioned, so that was the point you did that right after you came off 2 losses. My question is, because I do MC battles, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times when I'm in an MC battle and I lose something, and then afterwards I'm like, man, there's no fucking way I lost that shit. I'm just wondering, is that like, sometimes when you're in those fights afterwards, are you kind of like, man, I didn't lose that?
Well, yeah, because you've had some important decisions.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I haven't had any fights like that. Like, the fights that I've lost, I full on, knew as a man, like, I lost those fights. Like, they either outplayed me, or they just held me down, or they played the MMA game smart. Like, they didn't want to go to war with me, so they just took me down and put me in positions where I was losing and they were winning. So, man, it's hard with that sport. MMA is crazy, but personally, I feel like I haven't had any of those situations. I've had 5 legit losses. Yeah, 5 legit losses. Word. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, like, I've noticed when watching your fights, it's almost like you want to go to the ground and have to fight from the ground sometime. Is that true, or is that just a skill you've possessed and used, or is there sometimes when you're like, yo, I go to the ground, but I'm gonna come back with my feet, or I'm not sure the terminology, I'll be honest, but you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, for sure. No, I mean, personally, I like to keep the fight standing. I feel like I'm good on the floor. I have options that I can go to. I got submissions, I got sweeps, I got stand-ups, I got strikes and stuff. But preferably, I like to keep it standing, man. That's where I grew up doing, Taekwondo. Went to kickboxing right away. Had about 6 to 7 kickboxing fights. So, and not only that, I think it's like the most interesting part of the sport is the stand-up portion. Like, everyone wants to see that, But there's a couple guys on the floor that are smooth with it and that are just amazing. So, yeah. I mean, personally, I rather keep it war. Standing is fun.
Yeah. So are you in Juan Archuleta cool, or do y'all know each other at all, or?
Yeah. I mean, when you fight, when you go and promote these fights, you see the guys a lot, So I had him next to me on the elevator multiple times. I'm walking the hallways with him, going to the the press stuff that we got to do. So we've talked a couple times before we knew we were gonna fight, and after the bout signed. So I mean, he's cool, man. He's not a bad guy. He's just like me, same thing. It's all business in there for us. It's we don't got to dislike each other, but at the end of the day, he thinks he's better than me, and I think I'm better than him, and you know, we got to go out there and show it.
Let's prove it, right?
Yeah. So May 7th.
So how much do you and your brother lean on each other? Talk about that and how that relationship works in terms of leaning on each other when it is fight time, when it is training time. Like, do y'all motivate each other? I know y'all got that new commercial. I saw the Manscaped. That was dope. That was dope. Y'all fake, you know. But no, but in real life, you know, is that something y'all lean on each other? Do y'all pump each other up? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, man. Honestly, it's been such a blessing to have this experience with my brother. You know, get a fight at the highest levels and to have some great success at it as well. So yeah, I feel like Anthony obviously motivated me, you know, at a young age, got that belt, and I saw the dedication it took to become a champion. I got to see the work he put in, the mindset that he needed to be at, and just, you know, the change of everything, his behavior change, how he was a whole different person during those times. And definitely helped me out a lot, man. And I feel like same with me, you know, there's times where he was going through his ups and downs, and my life was going a little bit up, and he was, you know, getting motivated for me as well. You know, he's like, all right, I see little bro going to work and doing things, and, you know, I got to get back on it as well. And he's doing it. So, you know, it's been a great experience, man. He's beaten me up. He's beat me up. He's taught me some things in and outside of martial arts, you know, outside of, you know, life as well. He's taught me how to do a lot of things, you know, from as far as building credit, saving money, you know, doing things that are necessary, for the future. So yeah, big thanks to Big Bro, man.
Yeah, I know you work with. Go ahead. That cool. Sorry, man.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, I know you work with youth. I saw some pictures. Talk about the importance of the discipline that you teach youth through fighting. Is that important?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you know, there was a time in my career where I was teaching a lot. I was teaching for about 2 or 3 years, teaching Taekwondo and teaching mixed martial arts. And I had to fall back on that for a bit, just to focus completely on the career. But
you got championships to win.
but just the stuff that, you know, Taekwondo has taught me, it's crazy. You know, it's like it relates to martial arts, but also relates to real life scenarios. You know, having respect, having self-esteem, having confidence, having, you know, belief, and learning that at a young age without knowing anything about it, and finally understanding how to utilize it at an older age was very powerful. So martial arts taught me a lot about that, man. Discipline, you know, just having self-respect, all the stuff that's important for life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you want to talk real quick about where the actual. So there's a funny story. Me and my lady, we randomly do these drive arounds, whatever, during the whole COVID thing, right? Yeah. So we do these random drive arounds, and we're driving, and then we randomly see off to the left side this fighting gym. And I actually didn't know that you guys had officially started your fighting gym out in Franklin. I really didn't know that personally. And we randomly drove by it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's the fighting gym right there. I mean, how long has that been there, and how did you guys start that up? And
yeah, you're talking about the one on High 100?
Yes.
Yeah. So that one's been about 2 years since that one's been there. I believe 2 years. So my brother is the one actually who behind all the gyms, that, you know, does the business ventures behind the gyms and runs all that. But he's friends with Johnny Bridgewater, who actually runs Bridgewater Performance, which is the gym we're at. So yeah, he runs the big facility. That's amazing. If you guys check it out, beautiful basketball courts, good.
And that's in Milwaukee, for listeners and viewers. That's in Milwaukee?
Franklin.
Yeah, it's in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right outside of Milwaukee?
Yeah, High 100 and Lovers Lane, exactly. Yeah, that's
okay.
Exactly.
And you guys have multiple gyms then too, or?
Yeah. So right now that's the main one, and then we also are training out of Rufus Sport, where we're training at. So yeah, either or, man. Got some talent. Make sure you guys come check us out.
Yeah, check us out. Y'all host fights there then?
Yeah. Well, lately we've been hosting like little competitions, like kickboxing competitions and pancration fights, just to kind of get things flowing again, because COVID. Dope. Yeah, COVID ruins stuff. You know how that goes.
So, but they're open to people to go watch now, or?
Oh yeah, yep. People can come watch.
Man, I might have to come down there. We might have to go to one, man.
Sure. Yeah, you gotta come check us out, man.
Absolutely, man.
Some good goes. I'll keep you guys updated.
Absolutely,
yeah, definitely,
for sure.
So like, okay, so you got this fight coming up, right? Mentally, what is the mind state? Like, what is there a I know there's a confidence level that you have to have, right? But like, what is the mental mind state? What are you telling yourself every day? You know what I'm saying? Like in those moments, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like the older I got, the more I had to tell myself to kind of just take everything in, to calm down and take it day by day. You know, it's I still have a lot of time to get ready, which I'm prepped for. You know, I train every day of my life. This is all I do. So now it's just fine tuning the things that I need to fine tune. You know, make sure my brain's sharp, make sure my weapons are on point, make sure that my body's on point, that I'm healthy and my weight cut's going well. So yeah, right now the mindset is, you know, just to try to just remain calm and you know, just take it day by day. Take it day by day.
You want to give us any strategy you got going in, or I'm just playing?
Yeah, I mean, I plan on going to war. Honestly, if this guy
straight up,
yeah. I know he's probably gonna want to wrestle me, to be honest, because he's more of a wrestling based guy. He likes to throw hands, but he's probably end up trying to wrestle me. But I mean, I'm gonna be ready for whatever happens.
So you're gonna be more distance striking than basically.
Yeah. I like to keep my distance. Play around a little bit, a little movement, have a little swag in there. Yeah.
So when you're training, does maybe your brother or other spars, do they take on the persona of the fighter you're fighting to give you, or your trainers?
They do
like
a good job. Yeah, mimicking like the behaviors of how he's coming at me, if he taunts or if he's switching stances. So yeah, they're doing a great job on giving that read, as I do for them as well. You know, we're a great team. Right. Yeah, we're at it every day. So.
Quarters and nickels and dimes. 25 ways to change 10 people 5 times. 5 crimes, don't have 10 witnesses present, cause a quarter of those 10 are victims and peasants. Loosen your hand, let go of your ideas. Still waiting to reconnect. All to Pangea, the old maid. Put her upgrade in the parking meter. Now we can't drive away without the time amnesia. You forgot what you're really waiting for. Staple cold sores on.
That's what's up, man.
At a young age, real quick, I remember your brother Ray back in high school. I remember in the hallways, he used to
knocking people out or what?
No. They used to bump the old school breakdancing. Did you ever breakdance back in the day?
You know, when I was young, when they were doing that, I was like 5 or 6. But I remember messing around with some footwork and stuff. They used to always carry the tarp and stuff. And man, I remember that they had that thing with them all the time. They'd be breaking. I'm just in there watching them.
That's
good
dope.
times. Good times, man. Some memories.
That's similar movements. That's similar movements to martial arts, man. I think that the dexterity and things, and you know what I mean. Yeah. I mean, there's capoeira that's really almost exactly like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. The motion, man. It's like there's motions in dance that I see that are somewhat to fighting, and I mean, even like Lomachenko, one of the best boxers, his father made him stop boxing to master dance. You know, like their ballroom dance. Yeah, and then he did that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Check that out, man. It's crazy.
Is that for a footwork? Is for a footwork thing, or is that
footwork? Yep, footwork.
So do you do anything like football players used to do ballet? Like Herschel Walker's famous for doing ballet. Like, do you do any kind of dance things to?
I mean, I stick to just footwork drills that based off of, you know, my sport. You know, I don't try to jump out too much. I feel like I should probably eventually. You know, I want to. Yeah. I feel like why not learn some
at least crip walk or something, you know what I'm saying?
I think
I'm just playing.
Some crip walk, hell yeah.
Have you ever
that's about it.
have you ever stepped out and done the capoeira training?
Yeah, you know what? I've tried it before, and we went to Brazil actually and got a chance to go and do it at a favela, which was awesome. And I'm not good at it personally, but I see some people that they're like, wow, amazing. Yeah,
in person, that's crazy. That's nuts, man.
Yeah, it was awesome, crazy.
Well, how much time you got, man? I know you're short on time, but
it's sorry. I got like 5 more minutes. Yeah, whatever.
All right. Yeah. You got anything
well, you threw me off, son. You threw me off.
I didn't know. I just didn't want to take over.
We were flowing.
So what when you're moving weight classes to fight this fight, right? You're going from Bantam to Fly, is that right? Or
Bantamweight for this one.
You going to Bantam?
Yeah, I mean, my last 2 fights have been at Bantamweight now, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You went from fly to Bantam, and now you're at Bantam.
Yeah.
So is there a different? Do you take on a different style of fighting then, moving 10 pounds like that?
Yeah, man. At flyweight, it's your body's very fragile, so I feel like I'm a lot faster at flyweight, but I'm actually durable too as well at flyweight, but I feel like I'm not as powerful at flyweight as I am at bantamweight. I got a little bit more weight to me. I don't gotta focus so much on the weight cut. For flyweight, man, I was losing like 40 to 50 pounds to make that weight cut, and yeah, it was drastic, bro. My ass was on the toilet seat. Yeah, it was crazy.
So what kind of effect does that have on your body after the fight? Like, do you immediately start gaining again, or like how does that? Or eating habits change, or do you have to gradually get back to that so you don't get sick or something? Or?
You slowly, you got to slowly intake food, slowly intake water. You know, obviously it's hard to because you just went through a hard weight cut. Sometimes you got to go like 24 hours without no water or food to make weight. So it's drastic sometimes. I've done it sometimes where it was just spiritual moments, man. Very spiritual moments. You learn a lot about yourself.
You got to dig deep.
You can't eat or drink stuff. You're like, man, this is crazy.
I'm actually curious randomly, because you were actually in the UFC for a minute, and then when your fight contract was up, did they actually offer you anything, or you just wanted to go elsewhere? You know what I'm saying?
So well, we just had my last fight, and I did get reoffered a contract with the UFC, and we kind of were just doing some negotiating. You know, I'm only 26, so they're like, you know, my management team, like, let's just see options, you know, see what's out there, you know. So Bellator put up some good numbers that I couldn't just say no to.
They had that bag, yo.
Yeah, man. You know, man. At the end of the day, it's fighting. You know, I gotta be smart.
It's business too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I gotta be smart. I gotta make as much money as possible, and hopefully a good amount of time. You know, I don't know how long my body can handle this, and hopefully God, you know, grants me a couple more years, 10 more years if possible.
Oh, you got plenty, man. You got plenty.
Yeah. God granted, man. But I just had to, you know, just make some moves for me. Felt like it kind of brought me outside of my comfort zone too. I was with UFC for 6 years and got pretty high up there. You know, I was number 2 in my division, number 1. Almost had a title shot, and kind of just the flyweight division was gonna get canceled. You know, so I was kind of like flipping out a little bit. I'm like, dang, I don't know what to do. Go up to 35, go back. So Bellator just made the most sense for me, man. Most sense.
So is there a possibility? Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, well, hopefully, pretty soon we'll see you bring that title back to Milwaukee.
Yes,
sir, man. That's the goal. 100%.
So to end it, what would you tell someone who's maybe 17 or 16, 15, who wants to start this? Where do they start? And maybe we'll end on this, but where do they start and start to get into this? Should they start with Taekwondo, or is there find your niche, or, you know?
Yeah, I think the sport is at a time where you need to just jump right into MMA. You need to get in there and get good at every aspect that MMA covers: jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing. You know, I think Taekwondo and other martial arts are good, but I feel like at a younger age, starting that is probably better. But like 16, yeah, man, you got to jump in there, wrestle, box, get the things that really matter, get a good base, and fall in love with the gym. That's the most important part. Going to show up. That motherfucker. You got to show up, shut up, and then when it's time, you show out. So
discipline, man. Yeah, that's one of the things I admire about the sport that you do, and the things y'all do is the discipline, man. Even as rappers, we fall off sometimes, but if rappers had the discipline that MMA fighters have, man, it'd be crazy, right?
For real.
Seriously,
for real.
Man, it's crazy. And I will say, Danku's one of them people. He got that kind of discipline, man. He's always on his shit. I'm not so much, but you know,
it's life.
I smoke and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's life.
But hey, man, we really appreciate you coming on here, man. I know you're short for time. Appreciate you giving us some of your time, man. This was fun. I hope to really come down to one of them fights, man. Maybe meet you in person sometime. Sure. You seem super cool, man.
For sure, man. Really thank you guys for having me on, man. I appreciate it, and I'll keep you guys updated. Keep you guys updated. And everything.
Yeah, maybe once you win the title, man, maybe we can get you back on and talk about it. You know?
For sure. Yeah, let me know. I'm down.
I'm down, man. Well, blessings, man, and good, and not even good luck, but you know, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And bring that.
Thank you guys,
bring that back to Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you, sir. Peace, man. All right.
Thank you.
Peace, man.
Peace, fellas.
All right. Oh, shit.
Do you want to do an outro real quick?
Oh, yeah. Well, this has been Pick Apart the Fashion Podcast. Sergio Pettis. That was a great episode, man. You can record this, whatever, man. That was fun, man. It was good.
It was super dope.
We don't do what you expect us to do.
We came here to take over the world.
We do what we want to, this is true.
We came here to take over the world.
We don't do what you expect us to do.
We came here to take over the world.
We do what we want to, this is true.
We came here to take over the world. Since birth, the purpose was a mission to cause friction and rattle the way your life on this planet. In addition, change the course of history, not figuratively, literally. Hit them with ease with a message of peace, recipe for stress to ease. But I get tested and pressure makes aggression release. And then I turn into the beast I didn't wanna be. A savage when confronted by MC wannabes. Never gonna be's become deceased in front of me. I got that Malcolm Baldwin, Huey P energy. I talk to God about the plan daily, that's synergy. I've been directed to give two fucks about being respected and never leave behind the art form they all neglected. Yo, check it, I'm off balance like elections. My voice box, my vocab, my inflection, my weapons. Maybe I should relax, chill out, and have a session. Nah, fuck that, fuck the world, cipher then, that's what I'm reppin'.
We don't do what you expect us to do.
We came here to take over the world.
We do what we want to, this is true.
We came here to take over the world.
We don't do what you expect us to do.
We came here to take over the world.
We do what we want to, this is true.
We came here to take over the world.
You ain't right for this beat, man. Ram, ain't this shit crazy, family? Cypher than the fucking music, man. You know what I mean? Come on. I sat and took turns on Mother Earth and dug my cletus in a coochie turf. What's he worth? Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick the passion. Pick passion. Pick apart the passion. Pick apart the passion. 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 Passion.